Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. Some days back, there was an outbreak between the Agberos in Alaba International Market in Lagos and the traders. A lot of Nigerians were wondering, could it be as a result of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's territorial strength in Lagos, or could it also be that Alaba International Trade Fair traders have decided to pitch their tent with Peter Obi, hence, so to speak, the intimidation? A lot of, what could have happened, what transpired. Nigerians were asking questions with no answers, to those questions. But it looks like eventually investigations have been carried out, and the core reason why those events happened in Alaba International Market and why the market was shut down, at least for the now. We're going to find out all that and much more. But before we do that, please kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the right subscribe button beside it. You will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Well, according to news that was published this morning, it was reported that scores of persons were injured in a clash that happened between motor parked out and traders at the Alaba International Market in Lagos. Some days back, the information that was given, it was known that as at the time of writing, the motor parked out, popularly known as Agberos, were exchanging instruments and equipment with some teams of policemen who were on ground to calm the situation. They were actually having a gun draw. But what really led to the fight? Well, correspondents gathered that the new leadership of Alaba International Market directed the touts to leave the market's terrain owing to complaints of increased toll collection from vehicles conveying customers' goods. They were accused of collecting as much as 4,000 naira from each driver. Alaba International Market, that's even a commercial throne, on a daily basis. And due to this, the toll collectors reinforced yesterday morning, wielding dangerous weapons and starting attacking anyone in sight. It was made known that about 7 persons had their skulls broken, while others sustained severe injuries. A lot of Nigerians have reacted to this. Now, I always say something: never allow a bad situation to start, and when it does start, quench it before it becomes a right. 4,000. Let's do the maths now very quickly before we start seeing other incidents and what Nigerians are saying concerning this matter. Let's do the maths. Now, Alaba International Market is in Lagos. For some of us who don't know, it's a commercial hub. In fact, when it comes to electronics, you name it, Alaba is call it a country of its own. You will not be far from it. It's a big commercial hub. And now imagine customers who come to buy goods. Some persons come to Alaba to buy goods to resell in their various shops, in their various markets. Some come to Alaba market to buy goods that they will sell in neighboring areas. It's that huge because a lot of importers bring in their goods in Alaba, and those who want to retail will come picking up from Alaba. Now imagine that each vehicle that comes in to buy goods from Alaba, and then they're about to go out, for every vehicle of the customer now, not even the traders, the customers, for each time you come to 4,000. Now imagine 5,000 vehicles, moving into Alaba International Market. Now do the math. We're just assuming an estimate averagely. 5,000 vehicles times 4,000. Now, have you not seen that the Agberoism is even money making? It pays more than even doing Empower, that is 30,000 a whole month. Just a day, one car 4,000, one vehicle 1,000. Now imagine that 5,000. I'm just being estimate now, like 1,005. That's a big up. 5,000 vehicle comes into Alaba, goes out. 4,000 or 5,000 times 4,000. Just one day. So it's a place that if you tell them now to stop, you are telling them that they should stop building mountains, they should stop building mansions on this is opening of office on customers. Because the next thing you see is that a lot of customers will dread going to Alaba to buy things, because I can't buy all the things I buy. You still charge me 4,000 despite everything I bought. Not even a case of 200, 300 for toll gates. You're collecting 4,000. Lori Kene. On what now? As in, what's the excuse? That I came and buried something there or what? I came to buy something, still extorting me, because this is not toll. It's not toll gating anything. This is extortion. and discouraging some of these guys, because eventually customers will have to factor a lot of things into it. Now, hence, you're seeing these reactions. It's getting too much. It's getting out of hand. But if at the beginning, they have stopped this whole thing. Now, people are shouting Amajiri. Don't you think this is an Agberoism? Is another form of Amajiri in Southwest? How can you allow such level of extortion to become illegal? You are making illegality to become legal. So you're encouraging Agberoism. If somebody who's very learned, who went to school, at the end of the day, he manages to get Empower as a sort of supplementary income for 2 years, there's no job for 2 years, and he gets it for 30 days, and Agbero, in their compound, in their number, gather together and make God knows how much and share daily income every day. Tell me why people will not join Agberoism and forget about education. Tell me why people will not go into banditry, because it looks as if it's very lucrative and there seem to be no punitive measures against it to discourage it. Tell me why people will not go into assassination. Tell me why people will not go to all forms of social menaces and social vices simply because there's no punitive measures against them. Because if Agberoism, if you call it we are employing them legally now as a proper means of tax collection, and it goes through the proper channel, then government shouldn't even be charging 4,000 on toll gates. Because you know that this is a commercial help. There's what we call that turnover of the large number. Knowing fully well that Alaba will always be busy. It's Alaba International Market. It will always be busy. So you're going to have turnover because of a lot of people are coming there. 200-300 naira on a vehicle, it's reasonable. But 4,000 naira, come on, it's extortion. And I guess at some point, the people have decided to react. And the Agberos are like, Lori, on our land, it's not possible. All those stories that we keep hearing that Lagos is no man's land, we will show you that Eko Nibaje and Lagos does not belong to everybody. It belongs to the Yorubas. And the Agbero seem to be at the top front of it all. Of course, let's feel the pulse of Nigerians. And let's find out what people are saying very quickly. This one here say, thank God you called them touts. They are Tinubu boys, excuse me. Another person has said, go to Onitsha, Anambra State. That is where you have the highest touts in Osambaja market in Igbo land. You dare not disturb them. They are called the Omata boys. Okay, hold on. Before you keep saying this, have you also gone to that same Onitsha, Anambra State, and found that Soludo had changed the narrative? There's nothing like it. That's the quarrel that Soludo had the first 3 months he had. He made sure he corrected that narrative, where all tax collection goes through the right channel of revenue collection through the legal paying system, so that the government does not lose their income. It does not go to the hands of very corrupt few, legalizing illegality. And at the end of the day, it took a while for the touts to let go, but you can't fight the government of the day. Soludo stood his ground, and today they've eradicated to a great extent some of those touts. Now, so to speak, the government of Anambra State is seeing their reward. And I think the Lagos government should take the toll. But the question is, if you take the toll, where are you going to keep those touts, the Agberos, who have seen this as a mainstream of income? Because if you do not engage them positively and don't allow them to keep extorting people and collecting tax and finding a way of feeding their family with it, then Lagos may be too hot for even someone to manage. So this is another Almajiri already becoming a norm. They're trying to manage that Almajiri in the southwest. So you now see that each and every region seems to have their own faction or their own type of Almajiris. So it's not as if they not alone have their own issues. Let's go wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section.